Like, think about this. There are people that put up the Shrek movie for, like, on repeat as one video. Like, the Shrek movie for 1 year straight. So, like, do you know how many gigabytes of data that is? No. Terabytes, probably. And that's just somebody, for the lulz, uploading a year-long video of Shrek on repeat. On that note, if you like Shrek, boy, you'll love this episode of Overserved. I'm your host, one of your two hosts. I'm sorry, I took that away from you. I'm one of your two hosts, co-hosts, AC Rich, AngryCops. And to my left is Joe, Average Joe, Angry Joe, Upset Joe, Disappointed Joe.
I can be disappointed.
Put the mic towards your face so the world can hear how disappointed you are. Say hi to the folks, Joe.
Hi, Joe.
Joseph, you said you wanted to talk about something?
Yeah, your bulge, dude. I go through the comment section, and your nuts got a lot of attention. It's almost offensive, the amount of attention that your balls got.
You brought it up 5 minutes ago,
yeah.
And I'm not going to lie. You just go, we got something to talk about. Yeah, what do we got to talk about? Your bulge, dude. Caught me off guard, even though I was prepared.
Well, dude, it was like white leg summers, like, you know.
Yeah, I haven't gotten tan yet.
I don't have a tan. But your bulge took front and center stage in a bunch of comments.
Well, I would say it's more stage left.
Stage left?
It's more stage left. Zach was front and center.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh.
Yep. So there is a photo of Zach pointing the gun at my junk.
Yes.
When it should have been appropriately pointed at your junk.
He wouldn't have known where to point it at my junk because I was wearing camouflage, Joe.
I'm surprised that anybody... You know what?
Safety.
That's a good Photoshop. I should
Safety.
Photoshop you out of your camouflage uniform with just a chair behind you with legs, and that's it. It's just legs in your arms.
There's no torso.
No torso.
It's just head, hands, and
the
legs.
chair background. Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. That would be funny.
Yeah.
You can't see me.
Yep. So those were some fun episodes, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, we still got a couple to go.
We do.
Yep. We still got Zach coming in for some other stuff, and we got Tackett coming back, too.
As long as he doesn't get locked up again.
Yeah. Well, no promises. We also have somebody coming up next week. They're going to visit. We're going to do 1 or 2 episodes with them.
Oh, do you have a name?
No, it's a secret.
Okay. What color skin?
I think you gave it away just by saying the skin color.
I don't think I said anything.
We've only had whites on, Joe. It's about time we've had a black.
We'll have to get him a permit for the show.
Or a perm.
A perm?
Oh, my God. I don't even want to say the person's name because I don't want to give it away.
Yeah, don't do it.
It'll be great.
Can we do a perm?
Oh, my God. We should get wigs.
Should we?
We should get wigs and wear them. And then when he arrives, we could pick him up in the fire truck with perms on and hair picks.
Yeah. Or a bonnet.
Oh, we should just wear bonnets. We don't even need a wig. You just need a bonnet.
I want a Burger King bonnet.
Oh, my God. Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Like a Burger King tiara to mount to the front of the bonnet.
It's true.
Yeah.
I missed you for the 4th of July.
I missed you as well.
Yep. You were out of town. I came home early.
Yeah, I spent some time in Minnesota at Spunk Lake.
Took
the family to Spunk Lake.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
It was crawling with life.
I took Mama to Pound Town, Spunk Lake, baby.
Lake. I'd like to go to Cum River, please.
It just shows you how times have changed, right? Like, our words mean different things. When they named Spunk Lake in Minnesota, I'm sure that's not what they intended, a massive body of jizz.
Yeah.
Like, twisted around between the 90s and now.
It gives a different idea of pond scum.
Yeah, pond scum. Pond cum.
Pond scum.
Pond scum.
It's called a pond,
I see what you did. Yeah. So we're going there. I'm just not mature enough to handle some of this information. We know this by now on this podcast, that everything goes back to some level of whatever.
It's almost all focused on like wiener jokes. Like everything is a wiener joke. Anything can be a wiener joke.
If you try hard enough, yeah. And
or soft enough. See? Wieners.
Yeah, told the jelly jam joke too.
Jelly jam joke is a very good joke.
Solid joke. Yeah.
Solid joke if you're not ready for it. You hear it once and then it's, it's kind of like your virginity. You hear it once, amazing, mind-blowing. It changes everything. Yeah. The second time you get it, you're like, still great. But, a little bit of the magic is gone.
Yeah. But I like watching the surprise with sharing it with others. If you guys know the jelly jam joke, go ahead and type it into the comments. Yep. I want to see people lose their shit. So, yeah, we went to Spunk Lake, hung out with the family. They're very... nobody on that side's a veteran. They're not really deployed. And God bless them for being just normal people. Because I feel abnormal sometimes.
You say God bless them for being normal people? Yeah. That almost sounds like a bless your heart Southern thing.
No, I actually mean it like...
Okay.
Yeah, they are honest to good people and, like, just wholesome.
Opposite side of the family?
Yeah, my wife's side.
Okay.
Yeah. But when we go out to visit them, it's like, man, this is good, right?
You guys don't smell like PTSD or drink too much. Well, you drink the right amount, not a scary amount. Not an amount you would have to occasionally be like, are you okay?
You all right, bud?
You all right?
You got so much going on? You want a toaster and a bath? Huh? Yeah. But hanging out with my brother-in-law, and he's opening up, and he's telling me more and more about things. He does this USPSA, like the competitive
competition. Yeah.
$1,000 guns, multiple $1,000 guns. He's like, here, use this. And I go and shoot. Like, these guys are pretty sick with what they do. And I'm
Their
like,
transitions are insane. Their target acquisition is insane. The discipline that they have on the recoil to where they can like put 2 shots on target so quickly. Yeah. And also, I tell you, like, even as a range instructor, I am not yet comfortable with red dots on my pistol.
Oh, I love them.
I still fish for the front sight post. I come up high and out, like simultaneously, but I'm always like using my peripheral as I come up on target to see where the front sight post is, and then I level it off really quickly. And the second that it's gone, I know I'm level and I'm popping off that first round. And if I know where the front sight post is, there's also a thing called front post shooting. Front sight post shooting, where if you're close enough, all you have to do is jam that front sight post on your target and just lick off rounds. It's like a moment kind of training.
So we'll bring a guy on, who teaches the county to talk a little about that.
Yes.
But confirmation level 1 is very similar to that. It's natural point of aim. You're just jamming the gun out there, and we're going to put all these rounds on target. And the only thing you're going to see is just your barrel or just your front sight post on the picture, right?
Yep.
These USPSA guys are doing that at like 25 yards.
Oh, yeah.
They're just running out with the red dots.
The second they punch out, they're on with the red dot. And like I said, I still have to like front sight post fish to get the red dot down. I don't have that.
They call it indexing.
Yeah.
So we index straight up instead of this. This is a grip angle thing. When we start working on grip, and again, we can have Moose talk about that.
Yeah, we will have him on too.
We had going to shoot with him and a bunch of old guys. It was kind of like there was a mix of everybody. There was like one dude that really couldn't do much, so he drove to every bay to like So these old dudes are still coming out, and they're loading their ammo, they're getting their guns, they're getting out there and being dynamic. And we're talking, I had an okay time, like score. I was probably second to last at the very bottom of this thing. These guys know the system, right? They can game it left and right, It's not my hat, but
it's polishing it. They're already aware of it.
Yeah.
Now it's just they've hit, they've taken 5-10 seconds off of runs. Now it's milliseconds because they're so used to it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're good. They're running the game, and they had like 13 or 16 targets up on one thing. And if you're familiar with USPSA and you're not, every target's hide and go seek. It's hiding behind a barrel. It's at a specific angle that you can only see it. So when you're running by these targets left or right, you only get to see the target for like 6 inches, like this much. Not a lot of target.
That's a foot.
That's at least a foot.
It's at least a
Gotta be
foot and a half.
Huge. Their measures. They also measure it that way.
They're literally shooting everything, and it's like right in front of their face.
It's so far away.
Huh, pop, 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 pop. The slide is like just barely touching their nose on the recoil.
Yeah. You actually saw that happen once.
I bet.
Somebody was trying to zero a pistol, and they had it resting on a bag, and they were like looking through their sight and getting an exact pull the trigger, bam, right into the glasses.
Why are you that close?
I'm just going to let people do their thing. Nobody
that wasn't
was
at this
die.
event.
No.
Yeah, that's
previous event. These guys are not that way. They're super safe. They're overtly safe. Like, you can't have your gun and your ammo at a certain location ever.
Yeah.
And I can appreciate that because they bring in like competition shooters from different all over the area. But as long as the rules are standardized, everybody's pretty safe. But it was really fun watching some guys kind of like John Wick some shit. Like they're running through pow, 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 and just, capping targets.
Like you got that done in 15 seconds, and then you make a run. You're like, 45. Holy shit.
Kind of like golf, right?
Yeah.
And date night. Can you finish? Are you done yet? 15 seconds? Are we cool? Oh, no. You're bored already.
No, I've done. I'm finished.
Oh.
And I'm asleep.
And I'm done. Yeah. So I had a good time on my vacation.
Yeah. When I was down in Leonardwood the week ago, I went shooting with a guy that does that. And I had gone to one of those competitions 2 years before with him. And that's one of his passions, right? And he had 2 Staccatos.
That's what he had.
Everybody talks about how Staccato is a great firearm, and I've fired them a couple of times, but his 2 competition Staccatos were so smooth, dude.
Aren't they?
So smooth. I was like, oh man, I see why people spend money on this. It's like
night and day, dude.
It's like grabbing God's dick. You're just like,
if God's dick,
pow.
But it's not even pow. It's just pop, and it just comes straight back, and it's like a machine. I love it.
It is.
Those are the guns that my brother-in-law had. He had 2 Staccatos.
Did he?
And he's just like, here, borrow one. I'm like, cool, man. Thanks, dude.
Dude, they're so smooth.
Yeah. I was like, I hope I don't drop it.
They're expensive, but it's almost like you've got a competition style pistol ready to go.
Oh, out of the box.
Hey, you've done competition shooting for a little while. You're not keen on like building your own thing yet.
Yeah.
But you do know that you have to up your game when it comes to your the platform, like the firearm.
Yeah.
I see nothing wrong with you going, you know what? I'm going to start with a Staccato, and then, the next gun I'll build, because everything in the Staccato is going to be great.
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. We actually talked about the finer points because I'm law enforcement, right? And I'm a range instructor, and we get out there and train. And I'm watching some of these guys, and they're shooting. They've been shooting for a while. I'm like, what's the deal? He's like, we don't get to train. It's just like an instructor. You set up the range, you do all the training, you write all the scenarios, you do all the deals, then you teach, but you never really get to train. So you're always kind of stuck in this setup mode. And I'm watching this. I'm like, why don't you guys train? You got 5 bays, 5 different areas to shoot from. Open it up a little bit more. And he's like, I don't have time. I got a job. I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. So kind of talking about the finer points of going from one level to the next level, the amount of time invested. Dude, it's like golf. It's very much like golf. Like the equipment that you need, the discipline that's needed, the amount of time that you have to put into it, how you hone your craft, Yeah. Can't take my dad's 40-year-old Dunlop golf clubs and probably do the same thing that you did, They're good for me for starters, maybe at putt-putt or something, but...
Yeah, taking it to the range, just trying to figure out your swings. Yeah, not just like beating the crap out of good clubs.
And knowing what fits me and fits my mobility, because everybody's a little different.
Yep.
So we talked about the finer points of training, and then we also talked about the application of USPSA into law enforcement. Mm-hmm. And he's like, what do you think? I'm like, man, probably not a day in my career ever will I engage 13 targets at one time. Ever. And it was just kind of neat because he's like, whoa, that's what we do. I'm like, I get that. But I go, the liability behind that? Insane. Oh, you're one man going into a building and you're just going to cap everybody that's in there?
All right, John Wick.
Yeah, we talked about positive identification of, bad guys and probable cause, reasonable belief that you have the right to shoot.
Even in an active shooter situation like the one in Canada where allegedly the
female
might have murked the old guy that was next to her.
Okay.
I don't know if that... So... I don't know. I don't want to shit on her, right? And there's a lot of people that are like,
Let's talk about that.
Let's talk about that, right? So boiled down, here's my version, right?
Okay.
One, I'm not aware if it's been confirmed that she's the one who shot him, because they were having rounds shot at them, because that one officer died. He got shot.
Yeah, and he went down next to her
in the neck, and he crawled over and died. So they were getting rounds licked off at them. So I don't know if it's been confirmed that she's the one who shot the guy, or that it was the active shooter and she was just looking at the dude because he came around the corner and then active shooter popped him.
Looking at the video, from my armchair quarterback position, the way this dude fell down, he was shot this way, he fell this way. If he was shot the other way, he probably would have went away from where the shot came from.
I don't see. I thought that was disproven about bullets having enough mass.
No, not mass. Just your natural I'm getting shot and you're moving away from it. I'm getting hit.
Oh, like the flinch.
I guess the
strike
reflex
starts here and the reflex goes. The pain started here, even though it's almost.
I'm not saying it's 100%, but if you hit him in the off box, that little oculary box up here, and you just take somebody out, you might just drop flat.
Yeah.
The guy was also coming this way to seek cover.
So, he was also right next to her 2 seconds ago.
And this is my issue too, right? We're taught how to use cover 6 to 7 feet away. When you're right up on cover the way she was, you have
can't see anything.
Zero visibility of the whole scenario, right?
Correct.
We also are wearing body armor. I don't know if she had plates. It looks like she was up against a rifle.
Yeah, it was an SKS.
If we're not stress inoculated and we're afraid of something, we are going to hug that cover.
Yep.
We're going to be on top of that.
And then you get surprised like that.
Correct.
Instead of being 5 feet away, where you can see the top of the head or a shoulder
I'm
coming
not going to be a
around.
sitting duck. A moving target's much harder to hit. Lateral movement's easy all day. It processes. It makes somebody think about the OTA loop, right? I have to lead my target now, observe, decide, the decision-making process.
The other thing you can do is jump up and down and slide cancel, just like in Call of Duty, and then you can get there even faster.
And she probably didn't even know that one.
She doesn't know slide cancel.
So I'm watching her, and I'm like, holy shit, she just capped a civilian. That's what it looks like to me, that she capped a civilian because she was scared.
So I'll further my breakdown. So she's getting on, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. And I'm like, not a good look, right? We got to be aware of what we're shooting. Her buddy also just got killed right behind her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, the next guy that comes around this corner is probably the guy that has the gun.
Yeah.
You know, because you're in that.
We can make the assumption, but in law enforcement, we're not granted that latitude.
Not granted that latitude.
Mm-hmm.
If it was another person that was there getting shot at, and they're like, oh my God, I'm a civilian with my pistol, and this guy's going to kill me, and then that guy rounds the corner, people would have been like, I get it.
I'm not trained.
But like, dude, everybody's like, she should fuck me. You're like, all right, listen, I get it. Bad. Not saying that any of that is
She'll
good.
be held accountable to a degree. Nobody's going to feel good after it. It's not like she walked away going, yep, oh, well, I'm good, I'm fine.
I don't know. To me, it almost, when people are like, oh, this fucking idiot, it's also like, oh, it's also like the man in the arena from Roosevelt. And he wrote like a short story or a letter about being the man in the arena. Like if you're the man in the arena, everybody heckles you because they don't know about the stress that it is to be that person in that situation. And I see a lot of like that directed at her. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you shot this guy. Like, dude, you're sitting in your chair chilling, looking at this video. Her friend just died behind her. She's getting shot at.
So
and you're like, I would have never, dude, you're a moron. You'll shit yourself.
The sheer fact that they can just spout off an ignorant statement like I would have never. There's a very few people, and I think 2 of them are in this room that have been shot at, fired shots in anger, and know what that's like. Zach shared a story with us about Afghanistan.
Yep.
There's not a lot of people like that are all in law enforcement that end up in that scenario just because they hire so many different people. So being stress inoculated, meaning I can operate under stress, that means maybe she can utilize cover properly. But watching her partner get wasted, how many times you've been through that? Who? Right. Like, what's the number of people like, yeah, I saw my partner get shot and I was fine.
Yeah, I heard him go as he died because he was shot in the neck.
So unless you're absolute, I've seen 3 of my partners died, and you have all the wherewithal to look up at the guy, look at his hands. Because as that old guy rounded the corner that got shot by the, I believe to be the officer.
Yeah, he's like, oh, God.
He's just looking for a place to hide, dude. So, like, rather than going into this emotional state where you can no longer cycle through logic, she's just in this, and shoots this dude. Like, even her, watching the video, there's different close-ups and stuff, and, you know, whatever. I like to look at the video kind of like what you did. Mm-hmm. Like, I want to look at this video so much so that I can prove her innocent. But as I'm, like, proving her innocent, I'm kind of looking at it going, dude, there's not a lot here.
Nope.
Like, I'm trying to find all the happy things.
Well, I wasn't even trying to prove her innocent. I was just trying to get everything. Because I know how bad it can be. Yeah. I know how...
Oh, you know about being criticized in the media?
Tell me more.
My phone beeps like every time you get in the media, like, yo, Richard did it again.
Jesus.
Rich is in the news again. Did you see the USA Today? I'm like, yeah, I saw the USA Today.
I didn't see that. Yeah, somebody said I was in USA Today.
Yeah, they brought up an article about YouTubers and cops doing bad things, and they never talked really, like, about anything. And they only do it one-sided for 0.25 seconds. I read some of the comments on the actual article, and it was like, both people that read the USA Today. You know, like, them. So
I need to read it. Somebody's going to send it to me.
Don't read the comment section, Rich.
Oh, I read the comment section because sometimes it's just funny to watch people say stupid shit.
Oh, so it's okay to read the comments now?
Sometimes.
Only for you, but not me. You hear that, everybody? Rules for thee, not me.
Only if you don't care.
Oh, I'm dead inside.
Yep, there we go. Now you can read the comments.
All right. Oh, God. All right, so we're back to the female. She shot this guy probably.
Well, that was kind of my end game was... People were being hypercritical of her, and I understand, like, shooting an innocent civilian is a bad thing. But everybody was like, you shot an innocent civilian. And I'm like, okay, that's bad. 100% that's bad. Yeah. No bueno. Do you also understand the situation that she's in where, like, rounds coming at you, your buddy's dying right next to you, and you're like, oh, I'm going to die? So, there's a little bit of, hey, yeah, it was wrong. It was bad. There's no saving how bad it was. It is bad. Yeah. But the amount of people that were just unapologetic, like, she needs to fucking get killed and blah, blah, and you're like, dude, she was in the worst situation possible.
We see this in the academy, and we train in that situation. We train in, like, this will probably never happen to you, but if it does, let's at least see how you react. Mm-hmm. I've seen officers, like, come up against an active shooter scenario, come into a building, clear a door, go for a corner, look at the bad guy, and freeze. And I'm like, why are you freezing, dude? Why are you freezing? These are blanks. These aren't even real rounds. Get in there and kill the bad guy. But their natural, their innate, their untaught ability says, and they shy away from the bullet like in that beetle position. The leg comes off the ground and they're like scared to even look in the corner.
Did I ever tell you I got some recruit tried to complain about me in the academy one time, and they were like, "What the fuck is wrong with you?"
Yeah.
We have a scenario where it's a hold-up situation, and
wait.
What's that?
You said hold up. I said wait. Until the wheels fall off.
Wait a minute. Hold up. What song is that from?
I don't know. Oh, that's that ADD, guys. That's kicking right in.
Right? Hold up.
Yeah.
Keep rocking till the wheels fall off.
We'll get there.
Hold up.
Comments will roast you anyways.
Oh, man, I got it in my head. Oh,
right.
and I can't forget
the recruit complained about you.
Oh, yeah, but now my ADD's on it, and now I need to remember who the fuck sang that, and I know that guy's name. Anyway, so there was a hold-up situation in training, and I'm the bad guy. I'm guy holding up the business. Mm-hmm. And they come in, and they're like, and I've got a gun drawn on civilians. You know, we're all in gear and shit like that, and they've got their safety goggles on, simunition. And the kid comes in, I think he points his pistol at me, and it's just like, drop the gun, put the gun down, put the gun down. I'm pointing a firearm at a civilian. You're already there for, I think it was a hold-up alarm. And I just swing the pistol over at him. Not fast, like, oh, shit. I swing it over with him.
Give him opportunity to process.
You get a second. Hey, 1, 2, I'm pointing at you. And they're still screaming at me. I'm like, idiots. And I just go, pop, pop. And one of them hit him in like the cheek, right? Everybody's wearing safety glasses because it's simunition. And
I heard about this.
Because you could potentially be shot in the face, so we want to make sure that you save your eyes. Am I aiming for the face? No. I'm just pointing it. Post on body, pow. We need to get a reaction. He needs to shoot me. This is the whole point of this. Oh, he gets so butthurt. Instructor High shot me in the face intentionally. And I'm like,
I'm gonna shoot your mom in the face, if you know what I mean.
I'm like, you got to be kidding me. And the rumor is that he went like, well, he did go to like one of the lead instructors, and the lead instructor was like, yeah, that's why you're wearing safety glasses.
Dip.
What
a
you're wearing the protective equipment in case you get shot in the face. Yeah. What? I don't understand what you're talking about.
See, and that's the difference between what we used to hire and what we hire now.
Yeah.
Back in the day, if you shot me in the face with a simunition round, I'd be like, yo, I got shot in the face, dude. Check this shit out. This is the coolest thing ever. And then I unloaded my magazine because I didn't die right away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd fucking cap you, dude.
It was a cheek shot, so, I was going to live through that.
I'm going to mag dump you. Even if I'm not allowed to, I'm doing it anyways during training. Why not? It's
I'm wearing I'm there getting shot a ton. So I'm wearing a heavy jacket. I'm wearing the paintball mask because I am getting lit up every time that we run this episode.
Yeah.
And they should light me up. So, it's like ting, 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 ting.
So all these scenarios that we do in the academy, I do the same thing with you, and we work for the same academy, and they are set up for success. We develop the training, the timing for the training, like you said. You come into a scenario, it's an armed robbery, so I already know I'm going into possibly a gun call. I know I'm bringing at least one gun to the fight. It's on my hip, right?
Yeah.
But then I walk in and you have a gun at somebody. My weapon's already out on you. Drop the gun. You don't drop the gun. Boom.
Ow.
I'm probably saying the same, like police don't move and shooting you at the same time. Just kind of get it all out of the way.
Yeah.
You're pointing a gun at another human being. I can articulate loss of life at that point. Imminent loss of life, right?
Well, yeah, it's imminent loss of life.
I get to shoot you and get a behavioral change out of you. But that OODA loop, that decision-making, the fear balancing out the logic and experience and the stress, and it's not clicking. It's just like watching that thing load on one of them websites.
Oh, yeah, the
little load thing.
little circle.
Yeah. So you're watching the circle load in the recruit's face, and you're like, hey, you don't get this yet.
Yeah.
Well, I like pain sanctions, right? I'm going to attach a core memory to this You're never going to do this again. Or if you do, you might go, oh, okay. Because if I train stress inoculated, I'll be able to react stress inoculated.
Yeah.
If I train in a quiet, simple environment, I'm most likely not going to be able to train once I get into that loud, scary environment because I didn't ever train in a loud, scary environment. I was never put in that position.
Which
how the fuck am I supposed to learn?
Brings us back to Toronto female cop.
That's where I'm at.
How everybody wants us to train. Everybody's supposed to get training. How often are we getting simunition training?
None. Barely.
Like, how often are you
once you get out of the academy?
Dude, I'm telling you.
What about hiring people? How's this? What if we didn't have to train everybody from ground zero? What if we hired people that were in the military, had deployments, and had experience in law enforcement. That's crazy.
I'm glad that you brought that up. That's actually something that I
hit my mic.
It's been drink everybody. He hit his mic. It's actually something that's kind of a hot topic in Buffalo right now.
Sure is.
Our union president for the Buffalo.
He was on the news. I saw.
He was on the news. He did an interview, and one of the things that the union is complaining about, besides not getting a contract in over the past year, is that like we're understaffed, and the city of Buffalo is understaffed.
Yeah.
And so we need to, one, hire more people, but what comes with hiring? Recruiting. I think you just said it.
Yeah, recruitment.
And this is how the city of Buffalo recruits now. So a couple years ago, the city of Buffalo got rid of the college hours and military service for qualifications for becoming a police officer.
Can I jump in on that real quick?
Go ahead, yeah.
All right. So people are like, well, being a police officer, and they want 4 years of college, and
it's only it's like 60 hours or 40 hours.
60 hours is 2.
It's like, but it's like 2
combine
years.
that with something else, and we're at 60. Whether you had a job before that, like, why did you know what I mean? You didn't just go to college and come to be a cop. Generally, when I got hired, you were competing with 6,000 people. But what I like to say about college, regardless of the topic that you went to college for, it shows me that you were diligent in your efforts. You went to something, committed to something, you were on time to something.
You wanted to further your education.
And you have a measurable goal, and you did something. Yeah. So I like that.
Is it necessary? No.
No.
There are people that we can allot in, you need to test higher and do better.
Yeah.
Right? But if you're trying to better yourself through college, that makes sense.
I can see the commitment, right?
You're committing to bettering yourself.
Yes.
Well, that is somebody that I would like.
Absolutely. You did further education.
Correct. So they get rid of the college hour requirement, which is like 40 or 60 hours, only about 2 years. They get rid of the military service, and it's just, you need a high school diploma to be a cop. I'm not saying there aren't good people in there, but I am saying
when did you get hired
that the
as a
amount
cop?
of issues that are going to come from that are going to be a lot higher because you're not dealing with people that are trying to better themselves.
How old were you?
Have that sense of discipline instilled in them from the military. Go ahead.
How old were you?
24.
I was 30. I got hired at 30. I would have been a terrible cop at 23. I didn't know who I was, where I wanted to be. The military really helped me out, establish who I was and where I wanted to be. Yeah. So when I go into my interview with my college credits and military, not only on paper did I say, I did this, I can say in real life, and one of the statements I made is, I know my left and right limits. I fired shots in anger and had shots fired at me. Here's where I'm at. You're not going to get my goat, right? You can call me whatever name you want. I already understand that you name calling me is not important. Me proving some point that I'm important to make you whatever is not important either. I have nothing to prove.
Yeah.
I'm coming to you like hat in hand, like, hey man, I'd really like this job. I think I'd be good at it. I can stay calm in a stressful situation, and I also went to college. And I'm like, oh, okay, that's a good answer, Joe. Like in my head as I'm answering, it's like, you did good, man.
Man, I was smart. Joe smart.
So yeah, I see this.
Yeah,
but I don't see it anymore.
Well, they get rid of those qualifiers, right? Yeah. And then, well, what do you know? We start getting some issues in the city of Buffalo with some of the hires that we get. A lot more people are getting fired. And for the people of you that don't know this, like, we don't.
And this is not a Buffalo problem by any nature. This is a nationwide issue.
Correct.
We're hiring criminals.
Yeah. Well, then that's exactly what the city of Buffalo is doing. So you've got people that over the past, like 4 or 5 years that this has gone on, that we don't put it in the paper a lot, but we are firing people. Like, we are firing a lot of officers over the past several years, more so than we have previously, when we had at least that one little buffer of, are you smart enough to not do a crime?
Are you ready for this? So you talked about, are you smart enough to not do a crime? You'd think as a police officer, oh yeah, oh, you're getting drinks.
Yeah, I'm going to have another one.
I haven't seen you in a little bit.
I just wanted to give you the hand signal of pass a brother a beer.
Pass a brother a drink. So, yes, as we talk about this podcast, I think we're hitting some core issues here.
But I'm bringing this up, right, because I have a solution that I wish the city of Buffalo would have done for forever. And they've done like half of it, but they haven't fully committed. And this is my solution. So the city of Buffalo allows anybody to take the exam, but they always hire city residents first. And then they say, and once we extinguish that list of city residents, then we'll go to people that live outside the city.
Yeah.
Here's the deal, though. They never do. They'll take your $50 or $150.
The cross file and pay.
To throw in there, yeah. but they have never hired outside of the city in the history of I can't even think of when. Definitely not since I've been on.
Yeah. And
it's been well longer than that. So the thing that they need to do is, one, bring back those the pre-qualifiers of military service or college education. There can be a tertiary thing where if you score high enough in the exam without those, then you can, right? Because hey, then you're scoring high enough. You
possess the intelligence to process the police job, right? So
boom,
you meet this requirement. Let's see what you got in the interview. Let's see what life skills you have that bring you to this point. It can't be we just don't need that anymore. Let's make an exception for that. So we're talking about facts. You're talking about recruiting. We're probably going to get into retention after this. Keeping the officers that we have.
You can touch on that one.
So
hold on. Well, I mean, like when I'm done. When I'm done. I'm not done. I'm talking. What did Kamala Harris say?
Cut your.
I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. I'm talking. So that's one of them, right? Is bring back those standards. Yeah, have that secondary one where if you don't have college education,
options.
You can still take it, but you need to score in the top 90+%.
Bare minimum.
Yes, allow everybody in Erie County to take the exam, but we need to start hiring from outside Erie County, from outside the city of Buffalo. Yeah, let them take the exam, but stop screwing them over. Maybe, put like 20% of the people that you hire are the top 10% out of the county.
You're tickling my no homesteading rule in the military. So in the reserves, you can only be in a unit for so long before they want to move you somewhere else.
Yeah.
So the good old boys club doesn't take over.
Mm-hmm.
So if I constantly have a batch of new officers coming in, I don't have any complacency. I don't have that corruption that could possibly exist or the favoritism that could possibly exist.
You don't have 30 families who are all cops for the past 5 generations running shit forever in the Buffalo Police Department. At least you've got some. Yes, there's some. There's a tradition. There's a lineage, if you will.
Yeah, there's a difference between tradition and hiring the same people incestually.
Yes.
Okay.
Nepotism. But with the hiring outside of the or outside of the city in the county, now you've got fresh blood, people that are looking from the outside going, oh, hey, you're a 3rd-generation cop. Well, why don't you do it this way? Why are you doing it that way? And they go, I don't know. You can actually get changed a little bit faster. So if we can do those two things, bring back the hiring standards and hire outside of the city, we will, 1, make our quota for police officers, and 2, have competent officers that we can select from, instead of what we've been doing.
You're making too much sense.
Is going into the fucking 70s, like the low 70s, to be like, well, it costs $500,000 to create a new exam.
I'm so glad you brought that number up.
It costs like $500,000 for a new exam.
Yeah.
Well, we're just going to have to go all the way down to the 60s now of the city of Buffalo residents, instead of going out to the county. No, just hire the county people.
So you just talked about a number, and everybody's right now, inflation is crazy. Numbers are up. People are talking about budgets. We can't afford to do fireworks in Buffalo, so we're going to hang a Somali flag. It's fantastic. We just couldn't pick a position to blow off fireworks. Anyways.
Oh, I'll talk about that. We'll talk about that too.
I'm going to do a hashtag not my mayor because it ain't my town.
Brother, we'll talk about that on the after show. He's my mayor.
You can talk about it after show. Hi, I'm Joe, Overserved guy.
I need to start texting you things to say.
We're going to launder his info.
I'm going to launder my info.
Yeah. So speaking about numbers, Rich talked about 500,000, and that's what queues up the whole county. We get instructors, we got paperwork processing, print the exams, you got monitors for the exam, you got to rent the building
space,
for the exam.
Yep.
Like there's all these costs. There's then the gym, you got to take the physical fitness test in. So there's a lot of people involved in hiring one person $500,000. You hire the wrong person, like the Buffalo Police did a few years ago. Even more so, I think we talked about the guy with the Porsche, the marijuana dealer.
Oh, that was a while ago.
And then they fired him inappropriately, and he still got $200,000.
Something like that.
And for the amount of money that we spend payroll processing, giving them benefits, and doing all these other things, it probably costs about $1 million by the time you fire somebody. You hire them, you bring them all the way through, you give them 18 months worth of training, so that's a year and a half worth of salary, a year and a half worth of benefits. That means vacation and medical and contributing to their pensions. And then all of a sudden you're going to let them work for a year to get off of probation and then keep them, and then you have to fire them. The amount of money it costs to fire somebody, where you could just avoid the mistake by having a nutsack and going, you are not qualified.
Yeah.
This is an inappropriate way to hire people. The DEI initiative, which generally, it sounds nice. Hey, let's give everybody a chance. That's awesome. Everybody gets a chance, but you didn't make it through the interview.
Yeah.
The problem is I have administration that's either too weak to say no, and won't stand by it because they don't want the optics, because they want a further position in politics. They're like, oh, well, you know, I do want to be an assembly person. I do want to have politics, and I have to do what everybody else is doing because they're all doing it, rather than looking out for the better good. When I go to work, even in the military, my wife was always concerned that there weren't people that could back me up and have my back. After meeting you guys and us being friends for as long as she has, she goes, oh, I see why you're friends with them. She gets it. She allows the weird into the home. Even when Zach might have got hammered one time and came to my house at like 2 a.m. with a $54 cab ride with some chick he was banging.
Yep.
Shows up at my door. I'm like, you're welcome here, bud. My wife's like, that's insane. Like, why would you ever?
Don't leave us stand on the couch. Let us stand on the couch. All right, well, I forgive you, but don't do it anymore.
Yeah. So she puts up with it knowing that Zach had my back.
Yeah.
The shit that we've been through. High's got your back. Showed up at your house. I'm going to let you forget that water prank.
It's the best.
Ever.
It's the highlight of my life.
It's not over. It's not done.
I know, which is why it's so good. I know that I know someday you'll get back at me. Never. Not as good. But I know that it will stick with you forever.
It will, but
I have scarred you, and
so
it's beautiful.
Going back to that, if everybody's super worried about people's feelings, their feelings don't pay the bills, man. You could feel a certain way about stuff, but...
Well, and here's the thing, a subject that everybody's going to beat around the bush with, too, is race. You need to hire a certain amount of females. You need to hire a certain amount of black, Hispanic, Asian, other, white,
that's the DEI
whatever you
initiative,
want.
right?
Sure. Let's say that you do that, which the Buffalo Police Department absolutely does, right? It's 100% they do.
Yeah.
Why not expand that out into the county? Hypothetically.
Oh, a bigger pool.
I'm going to say hypothetically here. Let's say that you're trying to make a race quota that you've made up for whatever reason. Maybe you want to fit the perfect demographics of the city of Buffalo and have it represented perfectly in the percentages of black, white, Hispanic in the city of Buffalo Police Department, right?
I'm excited.
What happens if a certain demographic, we'll say Asians, score low, right?
That's
and
a
now
lie.
you're going for like, all right, well, we need Asians. We need, like, we're going to have to take the people, and I'm over exaggerating here, that got a 40 on the exam because they live in the city. Why not scoop a bucket of Asians with your hand out from the county test and say, hey, and this is another like solution. Hey, you live in the county, you don't live in the city. You are one of the Asians that we need to fill our quota of Asians. You need to live in the city for 5 years
so I have
after
more
you hire
opportunity
you.
to fulfill my initiative by going outside the city.
Yeah, now
I get a bigger
now you
pool
get an
to
Asian
select from.
That's not a 50 scorer.
So civil service-wise, which we have in New York State that gives everybody an opportunity to do this, I would just have more people to pick from if I got rid of the residency requirement, wouldn't I?
Correct.
I have a better option.
Well, we don't have a residency requirement, right? Like I said,
You don't?
It's the city of Buffalo just doing the weird thing of saying everybody can take the exam, but we're only going to hire city residents.
That's weird.
They used to have a city residency requirement, but that was only for like 2 years.
Can I meet you in the middle on this?
What's that?
Hire throughout the whole county, but if you work for Buffalo, you live in Buffalo. Let's bring that money that we're paying you back to the city.
Well, that's what I said.
Let's bring it back.
Hey, if you live in the city, you get to, cool, you got the job because you're going to keep the money in the city for a little bit, at least a little bit.
But bring
right?
you in, though. Give you a year to move in.
Yeah.
Find a house.
You live in the county, you don't live in the city.
Yeah.
Hey, you got to live. If we're going to hire you, we're going to give you basically a 6-figure job with overtime, health benefits, etc.
Yeah.
You need to live in the city. Because what I want you to do is I want you to live in a neighborhood so then people can go, oh, that's Johnny. He's a Buffalo cop. Johnny got this problem. And Johnny can go, well, this isn't my district, but I can let the lieutenant of the district know you've got this problem.
Did you hear about this real quick?
What's that?
Did a Buffalo cop or a Cheektowaga cop do a traffic stop and then recently just have his house shot up?
Yeah. Yeah, he's a Buffalo cop.
That was a Buffalo cop.
Buffalo.
So,
I don't know if it was a traffic stop. I thought that
how
it
much?
was like there was an off-duty incident, or there was an on-duty incident. He assisted while off duty. I'm not verifying this. I don't know.
No, but there was an incident with a traffic stop.
Whatever happened, there was an incident where a Buffalo cop got involved, and then later on, his house got shot up.
11 rounds went through his house.
Yeah.
So kind of what I'm getting at is you sit down in an interview at a table like, hey, you want this job, right? Just so you know, last week we had 4 shootings, and one of the cops that didn't do really anything that we're aware of, he had his house shot up with his family in it. Is that what you want? How much money would you ask for sitting at that table? I'd be like, I need $500,000, dude. Mm-hmm. This ain't the military, or this ain't the job for me. But that stuff is real life. People don't care anymore. They're going to come to your house and shoot you up now. We've said it. We train in the academy and tell people about these hypothetical scenarios, but that happens.
Well, let me ask you this. Does the state have a cop's back if they're the ones that have to deal with that? If you're a good cop and you go into an environment where you know you might get your house shot up, Do you
Letitia
think the
James
state's
is coming to your house because you're an officer-involved shooting. I mean, no, you're the victim.
Yep.
Yeah. No, the state. So again, we're
It
back
was
to
Lockport where they fired those cops. They did absolutely nothing wrong. It was a total legal but because of the optics, the department and the AG's office was like, you need to fire those cops.
So
I don't know why they're not suing the shit out of Lockport. They should.
Dude, I'll be honest with you. It takes money to do lawsuits. I think you're familiar with the amount of money it might cost to do it.
It's true, because I've got a federal lawsuit right now against the City of Buffalo Police Department. Correct.
That was also on the news.
That sure was.
My phone blows up every time you do something.
I'm on the news a lot this year, and I haven't even come out about like the kids getting diddled. That was last year.
That? Rich hasn't come out yet. Oh, this is going to be great.
Yeah.
Tell us, how do you feel?
Special.
But going into all
June
this,
was last month.
Going into the optics and not having our back, again, I coined the term, or I don't know if I heard it from somewhere, administrative betrayal. I can do all the things the job wants me to, and the administration won't stand up. I do see that tide turning, though. I really do. I see a lot of good leaders like yourself that are coming into positions that didn't have it before, you know?
So let me tell you, speaking of administration betrayal, I think people go through the process and then feel like the process failed even when they weren't, I'll say convicted of anything. And I'll give you an
So they have
example.
a positive outcome legally, but it's still not a positive outcome completely.
Well, I'm going to say, I'm not even going to say with like the state, I'm going to say departmental wise, right? Internal affairs.
God, yeah.
Right? There are people that have, I think, is the wrong mindset. If you're a cop and you get brought into internal affairs and you did nothing wrong, and then they go, okay, cool, we did the interview with you. We figured out that you didn't do anything wrong. Thanks for coming in. You should not be mad at internal affairs. In fact, you should be happy. You should be like, okay, cool. They got a complaint. They looked at it. They knew it was BS.
Yeah.
I know that it's BS because it's an utter lie. And then after the investigation, they were like, hey, nope, you're good to go.
Yeah.
Instead of feeling betrayed by the administration because they looked into the complaint, you should feel like, oh my gosh, the system actually worked.
So I agree the system actually works, and that's how you could feel, right?
Yeah.
But the offset is to literally when your article about you comes out onto the news and they're like, cop did violent actions, investigated for this. Yo, you said like 3 things that were shaded to make you look bad. Mm-hmm. Rich, I've watched you do the cop thing. We've talked about it on this episode. You show great restraint, great control, and good training. When I watch you tackle somebody, you're not yelling slurs. You're not emotionally unhinged. Mm-hmm. You're doing it because you've made a tactical decision to effect an arrest, to physically control the situation, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
Other cops go ham, and they punch people in the face 15 times. That's completely inappropriate. That cop does not have their shit together. So if you both went to internal affairs and both got cleared, it's like, yeah, I was cleared, but where's my vindication? Where are you going to tell the news that as a trainer, I did all those good things, and in acting in good standing with the police department, that I didn't go overboard? I got paid, right?
Yeah.
To not throw the punch. I got paid to maintain my level of control and effect that arrest.
So touching on that, that's where the news sucks, because the news will look at my the AG's office does an investigation on an officer if he gets 5 complaints in 2 years.
Yeah.
Which, if you're doing proactive police
I'm gonna
work,
get complaints.
that's not that, dude. That's so easy.
In the early 90s, I want to say the entire, I'm probably just for story purpose exaggerating, the gang task force that they had in Syracuse in the 90s was completely railroaded for about 2 weeks based on complaints. Once the gangsters found out that if they filed complaints, they got off the road.
Yeah, like the gangsters aren't stupid.
No.
You know, bad people use laws and stuff for their benefit.
We have body cam, dash cams, audio, flock cameras, which that's a sensitive issue.
That is a sensitive issue. People are cutting them down.
Dude, did you see the...
I love it and don't like it at the same time. I'm like, yeah, freedom, f you. But at the same time, I was like, I really wish that camera was up so then this plate that I'm looking for involved in a robbery would, if it hit that area, because I knew he drove in that area.
If it's used appropriately, yes. But government and agencies have proven to
be irresponsible.
Overreaching, right?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Oh, I can 100% agree with that.
Yeah. So it's kind of funny. I saw a post about the flock cameras, and the guy was like, yeah, there's 3 ounces of this, of silver. There's an ounce of gold. Like, yeah, go ahead and get it. It's right here and here and here. It was just like a little post on how to dismantle these things and take out the precious metals. And you're like, go, crackheads.
Dude,
I'm like, fuck.
In Europe, there are guys that put stickers on their flock cameras, and it says it's half of the sticker has a dotted line across it and says, do not cut through this line using a number 3 something steel tipped Sawzall blade. And obviously telling them
don't do it.
Exactly where to go if you want to do it. Which I think is funny.
Well, we're cops and we think that's funny, right?
Yeah,
like,
I think
it's
that's
hilarious. I think people have the right to privacy. I think any kind of tools like that should be used to catch criminals that create victims.
Yeah.
If I'm protecting a victim and it's really true and it'll pass any sniff test, why did you run that plate? Well, because it was a gray Subaru. It's probably not a Subaru, but a Charger.
There you go.
It was a gray Charger that was stolen from a car or, a place and a thing, and I got to find it before they create more victims. Mm-hmm. People don't understand that. Like, they want to create all these issues with police and how we react. What are we reacting to? Crime. What are we actually protecting? When they say protect and serve, there's a lot of good cops out there, and our job is to step in the middle and mitigate somebody's worst day. Mm-hmm. Not the criminal's worst day all the time, but like the victim that went about their day and lived a happy life and got their groceries, did their DoorDash, paid their taxes, and goes to work in the cubicle and talks about Karen at the water cooler. Now their whole world's shattered because they've never done with one thing of stress in their life. Their biggest stressor is, I'm late to work and they got this road closed down. We deal with
but I live right there.
We deal with 10,000 critical incidences in a career or more. Somebody only gets 5.
10,000?
Yeah.
And
Low numbers?
Bro, I think I get, like, man, when I was answering calls in the city, I must have went on 1,000 calls a year.
Are you back checking me in life?
Brother, I mean, because think about that. 1,000 calls a year, that's 10 calls on 100 days.
So
for me as a city cop or in the city of Buffalo, like,
I do. You're right. So let's be honest. My average call volume was like 950 calls
a year.
Yeah. So that means I was in 950 different situations, and that's just West Seneca, right?
Oh, geez. I mean, I can't even tell you the amount of car stops that I would do. One day, I wrote over 100 tickets
to one person.
Yeah, right. No, some people got like 8 because they were, suspended license. You
taught me
the packet, the scroll.
You taught me how to write the scroll.
The scroll. Let's talk about the scroll real quick.
So just as one example, if you're suspended and don't have your driver's license, that's one ticket. You're driving on a suspended license. That's a 511.
Yep.
Well, if you don't have your license because it's suspended, that's another ticket for not possessing your driver's license.
5091.
And then there's another one where you're administratively supposed to turn your license into the DMV.
So if you do have your license, there's basically I taught this to Joe and I learned it from other people.
Terrible. He came to my station. He's like, look at this. And he unrolls a scroll as if it was like some kind of, it was just insane.
Moses. Basically, if you have a suspended license and a suspended registration, you're gonna get like 6 or 7 tickets for the different violations that you've done for those 2 specific things.
It's throwing the book at people.
Oh yeah, it's throwing the book at you, dude. You're driving with a suspended license and a suspended registration. You know what it means if you have a suspended registration? It means you also don't have insurance. And guess what? You hit somebody without insurance. Brother, that was my thing. If you didn't have insurance,
I'm taking your car.
I'm taking your car, and you're getting a million tickets. You're getting every single ticket that is on this vehicle because you are the type of person that smacks into a car and drives away. You are the type of person
Even
that
if they
smacks
stay
into
there.
a car, stays there, and goes, I don't have insurance, and now I've got to eat it.
Yeah.
So I have to be responsible, but you don't get.
So let me throw this at you with the no insurance thing.
Yeah.
The reason we get so amped up about this stuff is because we are protecting other people. When I write you the no insurance and take your car, you can no longer create another victim with that car.
Yeah.
And if I give you enough financial sanctions because you're an adult and I can't arrest you for these, so I take your time or I take your money or I do a little bit of both, take your car, which is money, you might go, shit, maybe I should just have this insurance. I've had friends get rear-ended by other people that don't have insurance and they have to sue their own insurance company.
Yeah.
So you go to the hospital, you get taken care of, you need follow-on care, you got herniated disc, you got a broken neck issue. You have to sue your own insurance company because your insurance company's like, nah, we only cover $25.50 or $100 and $300. But a doctor bill this day and a couple of CAT scans, we're into some pretty good numbers.
Yep.
So why should I have to sue my own insurance company and go through the rigmarole wondering, am I going to get taken care of? Am I going to get proper care? When if you had insurance in the first place on your vehicle, I just go to your insurance company and go, you're paying everything. And the insurance company goes, yeah, we cover our guy. Yeah. Why do I have to fight for my freedom when I pay all my stuff? So we are literally trying to reduce the amount of victims that are created by bad people. Does it make you bad because you don't have insurance? Yes, there's 1 or 2 people out there that just didn't have the money and they're just trying to get by.
That is what it is.
But they don't act the same on a traffic stop.
I was going to say.
There's a behavioral difference.
Yeah, before everybody gets their fucking panties up in a bunch, we're not just like
We're not papering.
You can drive somewhere and not have insurance. Like, insurance is like a way to keep poor people down. Okay, no. If you've got no license, no registration, and no insurance, let me ask you, do you think that person's a good driver? Do you think that person's just like driving around, following all the rules and being super great? Or do you think that we pulled over that person because they were driving like an idiot, nearly caused an accident, are high, are driving without a seatbelt and winging around and doing stupid shit?
Yeah.
And then we get them and we go, oh, and you've got no insurance? That's what it is.
We have issues with that, and we talk about the scroll and papering tickets.
I was going to define what the scroll is.
Yeah.
So for those of you who don't know what the scroll is, it's basically you take a number of tickets. It's usually 5 or more. If you can get into the double digits, it is a beautiful thing. And what you do is you roll them up really, really tight. So then it's this like tight cylinder of rolled paper.
Because it comes off a rolled cylinder anyways.
Correct. And then you hand it to the person and you go, here are your tickets. You can give them the information. You can plead guilty, not guilty, on the information's on the back. And then you drive away. And as you drive away, oftentimes they'll unfurl it. And as they unfurl it, it just keeps going and going and
you get to watch the arm stretches
like
through the rear window.
Yep.
They're like 1, 2, 3, 4 arm stretches. Let's say the average arm stretch is, 3 feet. You got 9 tickets. That's 3 arm stretches.
Yep. There have been a couple of times where somebody, one time, the longest scroll I ever made was like almost, I think it was 30-something tickets.
Yeah.
And the guy was a car chase. He drove away from us, and I called out everything over the radio too. Ran a stop sign at this intersection. Ran a red light at this intersection. Did I call it? I was like, I'm gonna jot every ticket down, and I printed it out and I pulled it out of the car and I walked outside with it, and it furled for like 40 feet.
That's awesome.
In the wind, just fluttering like a banner of freedom.
Banner of justice and accountability.
Yep. That guy ended up suing me for use of force violation, which was thrown out. It was garbage. But he did that because he was in prison for a homicide. So I dealt with him with the car chase and a bunch of dope that he threw out the car. We recovered the dope. We got him. He went to jail, and then he committed a murder. And then while he was guilty, and then while he was in prison for the murder, just started to become a prison lawyer and just suing everybody just for to pass the time, to get money for him and his family or whatever.
So it's funny that they get all these rights and we have to make sure that everything's taken care of. There's a lot of judges and lawyers that, we have to advocate for the bad person. We have to do the thing.
Oh, like the female judge that let that one guy go who was on probation, who threatened to kill his girlfriend and her mom, and then ended up executing her.
Yeah.
And then took the New York State troopers on a police chase. It's the second time that's happened where she's released a person, no bail.
I wonder at what point she's liable.
I think her name is Phillips. I forget, though.
Excuse me.
Do you remember her name?
I don't remember the judge's name. I remember the story because it's all too familiar.
Yeah.
With all the immigrants that got let out. The one judge that's now in state level court, she let some immigrant that was on a detainer from ICE use her office and backdoor.
Oh, yeah, to escape?
Yeah.
So
little things
that
like
was in New York, though. That was
no.
That was
but it's across the country on all sorts of levels. But kind of what I'm getting at is that they give all these rights to people to. Where's the someone that sits down and goes, okay, so you want to do a lawsuit? 51% or better is what you need in civil court. More likely than not, you did a thing, and I can sue you for compensatory, meaning damages for monies that you lost, or punitive, meaning punishment damages, like extra money. So at what point does a judge go, yeah, that seems reasonable. You're in jail for all this other stuff and provided zero evidence. Case dismissed. No, they'll let that roll for a few years. I had a buddy that was sued for over 13 years for an incident he wasn't even on. Locked up all his money, couldn't get a loan because he was involved in a lawsuit in which he could have not possibly been indemnified by the city. And it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, and people act like indemnification means that we can do whatever the fuck we want.
Not even close.
Like, you're retarded. No, if we do something within the law, and it is found, yes, that is a legal action you can do with your authority as a police officer, then we can't be sued. That's the indemnification. The indemnification is you're doing your job to the standard.
If we commit a crime while doing our job, we get punished double.
Oh, yeah. The charge is doubled, and we're not indemnified. You broke the law and you did this as an officer? No. You're not under indemnification. You can be sued.
You tell me where your simple assault charge as a regular human being punching somebody in the face at a Bills game gets you maybe somebody was arrested for assault. Half-inch article in the back page.
Harassment.
Yeah, something, right? But as a police officer, we're rolling out the news cameras. We're dragging them into court. And we're not going to tell you that the person was found innocent. We're just like, police officer so-and-so. When they tell you when you get hired.
Been there before.
No, I don't believe it. So, yeah, it's funny. A lot of good stuff came out of that too, though.
That was fun.
Yeah,
it was fun.
So
that shithead deserved it. Whatever.
So
and he was still a shithead.
And when we talk about being indemnified, Rich is correct. If we do the right thing and somebody accuses us of something, the department will back our play.
Yeah.
The minute we're not, we're twice as bad as anybody else because we swore to uphold the law and take care of people and mitigate those things.
This is like a weird thing that I have, and I can be wrong here. It's just a thought. And I hit my mic. Drink.
Oh, it's about time.
So yeah. So here's the thing that like I could be wrong, right? But it's the way that I think. So when it comes to laws, I think that it should be even Steven across the board, right? If you are black and you get arrested for assault, you should be given the same opportunities to defend yourself or the same criminal time in jail as a white person, as a Hispanic person, right? So why?
Justice is blind?
So justice is blind, right? So then is it not a miscarriage of justice to say, you're a law enforcement officer, so we're going to double all the charges and really screw it to you? I feel like it is. I feel if a cop does something bad, it should be the same thing as a banker or a garbage man. Right. Now, I know that we have authority over people granted to us by the state.
Well, the option of authority, the only authority we have is what people
given to us by the people.
Yeah.
Yes. You're absolutely right. So given to us by the people that the state authorizes us to use.
Yes.
And if we abuse that authority, then you should go to jail.
So I think.
I don't like the double standard of.
So let's go double standard this. I'm going to take yours thing. I'm going to mix it with my thing.
Let's mix our things together.
Let's twist it up.
Yeah.
Blow your pants down. What?
Yeah, we're gonna twist them up. It's gonna look like one of those twisty cones.
Yeah.
Twisty cones behind a paywall with wieners.
Vanilla on vanilla crime. Vanilla. So
I'm a young Nilla.
Nilla, please.
That's what YN stands for. Young Nilla.
Young Nilla. Now I'm just thinking of them little circle cookies. Anyways, so I think as a police officer, regardless of any occupation whatsoever, when there's an investigation, I should be treated the same as a banker. You should go no further into the investigation than you would a banker doing the exact same thing. However, the punishment should be more. As a law enforcement officer, we raise our hand, right? We go, yep, I'm going to do all these good things. When I violate the trust, I violate trust and I violate the law. That's two different crimes, dude. One's moral, one's on the books.
Okay.
So punishment-wise, absolutely me. Take me to the bank, take me to the cleaner, you. We gave you a gun, we let you roll around, write tickets, we gave you access to all sorts of shit. We told you that you have authority, even though that's all fake anyways, over other people to infringe on their rights. So yeah, I think that comes a bigger punishment. But the investigation, the drag you through the mud portion, that's inappropriate. I think as law enforcement officers, we should have a little bit more standing going, hey, he did swear to tell the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help him God. He did swear to defend, and uphold the Constitution being military. And then we have our oath for law enforcement. So if I'm doing all that and a mistake happens, maybe I get a little bit of like, maybe he's not a complete asshole. Maybe we don't drag him through the mud, drag his family through the mud, dox his address, show the guy where he is so he can put 11 rounds through the house. Maybe the investigative process is more fair. Yeah, because I don't think we should be treated in... We should be innocent until proven guilty, not guilty until proven innocent. This isn't Canada.
Yeah, but that's
shit up
but you're talking about two different things, right? I'm talking about the law, and then you're talking about the law and public perception.
Yeah,
you're so like public perception, like you can't police public perception.
No, but I can police the narrative. When Channel 4 News gets on and consistently shits on cops, and they only tell you 5% of the story because it fits their narrative and gets some clicks and views,
or in investigative posts because they suck.
So yeah, they should be held accountable for doing that because it's not the whole story and it's not from a public perception point of view. It's from their narrative point of view. Oh, we're going to shit on this cop. So I think from an investigative standpoint, we should get the benefit of the doubt, not the guilty plea up front, not the guilty assessment. Like the punishment should absolutely be double. You fucked up, you violated the trust. That's one. You fucked up, you violated the law. That's two. But the investigative process should be the same as it would be a banker. Nobody's going. Bank of America teller Smith did this over the weekend, blah, 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 and it's in the news, it's on USA Today, and you're fucked, right? But if, Teller Smith did a crime, he goes to jail. You probably don't even see it. You probably have to search public records to find it. Cop does it, fine. Cop's guilty, gets found guilty, tell everybody. Let it be a general deterrent lesson to everyone.
Yeah.
But the investigative process should most certainly be the same as everybody else's.
I hit the mic.
Oh, sweet. Thank you. So, yeah, I get a little fired up about the morality part. Like, we should be doing the right thing for people, and when we don't, we should be punished. But we shouldn't be punished beforehand because we're still innocent until proven guilty. Since when did we give up that right? We didn't, but the news likes to shit on cops because they don't like order. And I can tell you from 17 years in law enforcement, I went from 90% compliant cuffing, hey, you've done this, put your hands behind your back, oh, you got it, to, can I call my mom? What the fuck's your mom going to do with it? Is it date night? You want me to talk to her too? Like, why are you bringing your parents into this?
Yeah.
Why do you think you can defend? Those are all very good questions for the judge.
Those are my clientele. I dealt with a lot of that.
But you know what I'm saying?
Hey, call my mom. Hey, dude, you're 27 years old. Why am I calling anybody other than
I'm calling your mom for date night. That's what I'm doing. I'm telling you that right now. You want to bring your mom into this? I'll bring your mom into this.
I wouldn't want to bring his mom into date night.
No, I would do it on just principle alone.
Ew. Take her to a nice TGA at Fridays.
It's
Fridays there every day. Every day is Friday at Fridays.
Thank God it's Frankfurters.
Crapplebee's, get her like a foot-long hot dog and see if she's got a gag reflex.
Oh, yeah, that's a good litmus test right there.
Yep.
Yeah.
A litmus test or a litmus test?
Litmus test.
Yeah,
lick this test.
Lick this test. Yeah.
It's a lick this test.
Oh, God. On that note, we are going to break off and we're going to go to the new Overserved exclusive channel only on Pepperbox. And I say that it's new because the exclusive channel is going to have more stuff, not just the after show, but also Joe and I in our natural habitat, eating wings, bringing people on, backstories with guests, and shenanigans.
Dude, I'm thinking about getting forklift certified.
We could get forklift certified together, and
I gotta do it.
We can, and you can join us. Only though on Pepperbox on the Overserved exclusive channel, where you can see all the cool stuff. And on this Overserved exclusive episode, we are going to talk about the flag stealing in Buffalo, New York. I don't know if you guys know this, but Buffalo, New York was in the news because our mayor was like, hey, we don't have enough money. We haven't really planned the 4th of July for the 250th anniversary.
Can't find a place
of
to
the
blow
country.
these fireworks off that we do every year.
Planning for the 4th of July just kind of fell through, whatever. But hey, July 1st, we're going to raise the Somali flag, and that's going to be cool, right? And some people obviously got a little bit upset, and things happened, and we're going to talk about that. Maybe the flag was stolen. So join us, won't you, on the Overserved exclusive podcast. But I've been your host, one of your hosts, your co-host, Rich High AngryCops, AC. And this has been Joe, Overserved Joe, Average Joe, GI Joe. Yeah. Bye, everybody. Say goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye, Joe.
Goodbye, Joe.